which was the lowest attended game among the opening 6 matchups in group play. This had some observers wondering if the presence of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese would have the stands packed for Team USA. They drew the worst crowd. Team USA draws the lowest attendance. How's it feel?
Stephen A. Smith just dropped a bombshell on Team USA basketball. Can you believe they left Caitlin Clark off the Olympic roster? The same Caitlin Clark who's been lighting up the WNBA and drawing record crowds. Smith didn't hold back, and now everyone's wondering, did Team USA just make the biggest mistake of the year? Let's talk about Caitlin Clark for a second. Have you seen what she's been doing lately? This girl isn't just good, she's changing the game. In college, Clark was lighting up scoreboards and breaking records left and right. But here's the thing, it's not just about the numbers. It's about the way she plays, the excitement she brings, and how she's got everyone talking about women's basketball. Now you might be thinking, she was great in college, but can she hang in the pros? Well, let me tell you, Caitlin Clark isn't just hanging, she's dominating. Since joining the WNBA, she's been packing arenas like nobody's business. We're talking an average of over 16,000 fans per game. That's not just good, that's league-leading stuff right there. But it gets even better. Remember the WNBA All-Star Game this year? It wasn't just popular, it was a record breaker. We're talking 3.4 million viewers. Clark's impact on and off the court is undeniable, making Team USA's decision to leave her off the roster all the more perplexing. So, did Team USA just make the biggest mistake of the year? With Clark's stellar performance and massive fan base, many think so. The debate is heating up, and all eyes are now on Team USA and how they'll address this controversial decision. That's a 300% increase from last year. Can you believe that? And guess who was right in the middle of all that excitement? Caitlin Clark. Let's put this in perspective. Clark isn't just drawing crowds. She's bringing in the kind of attention usually reserved for top NBA stars. We're talking packed arenas, skyrocketing TV ratings, and social media buzzing nonstop. It's like every time she steps on the court, people can't look away. So here's where it gets really interesting. With all this buzz, excitement, and record-breaking performance, how is it possible that Team USA didn't want Caitlin Clark on their Olympic roster? It's like having a Ferrari in your garage and deciding to take the bus. Stephen A. Smith put it perfectly when he said, Caitlin Clark is box office, it matters whether you like it or not. And he's right. In today's world, being a great player isn't just about what you do on the court. It's about the excitement you generate, the fans you bring in, and yes, the money you can make for the sport. Think about it. The Olympics are all about showcasing the best of the best. It's about bringing together athletes who can not only compete at the highest level, but also capture the world's attention. Caitlin Clark should have been on the team ahead of the 12 players selected before her because of basketball. Leaving Clark off the roster is a missed opportunity for Team USA. Her presence alone would elevate the excitement and viewership of Olympic basketball. It's a decision that has everyone scratching their heads and wondering what the selection committee was thinking. As the debate rages on, one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark's star continues to rise, and her absence from the Olympic team only adds to her mystique and the ongoing conversation about her impact on the game.
No. Team USA draws the lowest attendance. How's it feel?
And right now, there's nobody in women's basketball capturing attention quite like Caitlin Clark. Now, let's talk about Team USA's recent performance in international competitions. You might think they've been dominating as always, right? Well, not exactly. They've had some close calls and even a few shocking losses. Remember the 2019 FIBA World Cup? Team USA finished 7th. That's not just disappointing, it's a wake-up call. But here's where it gets really interesting. The struggles aren't just about wins and losses. It's about how they're playing and who's watching. Let's look at their opening game against Japan in the recent tournament. Are you ready for this? Only 4,500 fans showed up. That's not a typo. 4,500 fans for Team USA. Can you believe it? You might be thinking, maybe that's normal for these games. Nope, not even close. Other games in the same tournament had crowds packing in Spain and China minus 27,000 and 21,000, respectively. That's more like it, right? But Team USA, with all their star power, couldn't even fill a high school gym. So what's going on here? Is it just bad luck, or is there something missing from this Team USA roster? Let's break it down. They've got plenty of talent, no doubt, but when you look closely, you start to see some gaps. They're missing that spark, the player who can not only dominate on the court, but also draw crowds and light up social media. You know who could fill that gap? Yep, Caitlin Clark. We're talking about a player who's not just good but electrifying, the kind of star who can bring in the fans and elevate the game. Caitlin Clark's absence from the roster is glaring when you consider what she brings to the table. Her impact goes beyond just stats. It's about the excitement, the energy, and the attention she commands. Team USA's struggles might be a signal that they need that game-changing presence. And right now, Caitlin Clark is the name on everyone's mind. She's a game-changer, the kind of player who makes people want to tune in and gets fans excited about women's basketball in a way we haven't seen in years. And think about it, the Olympics are the biggest stage in sports. It's where legends are made, where the whole world is watching, and Team USA had a chance to showcase one of the most exciting young players in the game. They passed on it. It's like having a secret weapon and deciding not to use it. Stephen A. Smith nailed it when he said Team USA's low attendance, especially compared to other teams, is embarrassing and reflects poorly on the selection committee for not including marketable players like Caitlin Clark. He's not just talking about filling seats. He's talking about missed opportunities. Imagine Caitlin Clark on that Olympic court. Picture her making those incredible long-range shots, threading impossible passes, and getting the crowd on their feet. That's the kind of excitement Team USA is missing right now. That's the kind of player who could turn those empty seats into a packed house.
Can't stand the Olympics. I'm not talking about the games. I'm not talking about the competition. I'm talking about the way the Olympics treats people, particularly the media. I said marketing matters in everything. Promotion matters in everything. And you're not going to get around that. That is what I said. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's why you should have had Caitlin Clark.
Think about it. The Olympics aren't just about winning medals. They're about showcasing the best athletes in the world and getting people excited about sports. Right now, there's no one in women's basketball generating more excitement than Caitlin Clark. Remember those attendance numbers we talked about earlier? The Indiana Fever, with Clark leading the charge, is averaging over 16,000 fans per game. That's not just good. It's 4,000 more than the next closest team. Can you imagine the buzz she could bring to Team USA? But it's not just about filling seats. It's about creating a global brand. The NBA figured this out years ago. They didn't just send their best players to the Olympics. They sent their most marketable stars. Remember the Dream Team? It wasn't just about winning gold. It was about spreading basketball fever around the world. Team USA had a chance to do the same thing with women's basketball. They could have showcased Caitlin Clark on the biggest stage in sports. Imagine the highlight reels, the social media buzz, the new fans tuning in just to see what all the fuss is about. That's exposure you can't buy. Instead, they're missing out on merchandise sales, increased viewership, and sponsorship opportunities. They're losing the chance to turn casual viewers into die-hard fans.